Ever wondered how secure your financial future really is? It's a question that keeps many of us awake at night. Financial security, the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're prepared for life's surprises, is paramount in today's world. A key cornerstone of financial security is an emergency fund. Picture it as your financial safety net, a cushion that can soften the blow of unexpected expenses that life tends to throw our way. An unforeseen medical bill, sudden car repairs, or even a job loss can be less daunting when you have an emergency fund to fall back on. In essence, an emergency fund is not just a pool of money, it's a strategic financial tool that helps manage risks and maintain your financial health even in the face of adversity. Now, are you ready to fortify your financial future? It's time to dive into the secrets of building a strong emergency fund. Starting an emergency fund might seem daunting, but with these steps it will be more manageable than you think. So let's dive right into the first step, assessing your financial situation. This is a crucial step as it lays the groundwork for your emergency fund. Take a moment to sit down and have a good hard look at your finances. Where is your money coming from and where is it going? Are there any unnecessary expenses you could cut down on? This assessment will give you a clear picture of your current financial health and will help you figure out how much you can realistically save each month. Moving on, the next step is setting a realistic saving goal. This will be your guiding post as you build your emergency fund. As a rule of thumb, aim to save enough to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. It might sound like a lot, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. The key is to start small and gradually increase your savings as you become more comfortable with the process. Next comes choosing the right savings account. You don't want your hard-earned savings to sit idle. Look for a savings account with a high interest rate to maximize your savings. Additionally, ensure that the account is easily accessible in case of emergencies. After all, what's the point of an emergency fund if you can't access it when you need it most? Finally, make regular contributions to your emergency fund. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, find a schedule that works best for you and stick to it. Regular contributions will help you reach your savings goal faster and instill a sense of discipline in your financial habits. Plus, it's always satisfying to see your savings grow. Remember, starting an emergency fund is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about building a safety net that will give you peace of mind and financial stability in the face of unexpected expenses. A good start is half the battle won. Now let's keep that momentum going. Maintaining an emergency fund is like nurturing a plant. It requires consistent care and attention. Imagine your emergency fund as a sapling. To help it grow into a sturdy tree, you need to water it regularly. This means making regular contributions. It doesn't matter if it's a small amount or a large one. Every drop counts. The trick is to make it a habit. Some people find it helpful to set up automatic transfers from their checking account to their emergency fund. This way, they don't even have to think about it. Then, there's the need to review and adjust your saving goals. It's not enough to simply set a goal and forget about it. You have to revisit it from time to time. Perhaps you've had a change in income, or maybe your expenses have increased. Maybe you've had a life-changing event like a new addition to the family. All these factors will affect how much you need in your emergency fund. So make it a point to review your goals at least once a year. Resisting the temptation to use the fund for non-emergencies is a challenge. Yes, that new gadget on the market may seem irresistible, or maybe it's that dream vacation you've always wanted. But remember, your emergency fund is not a piggy bank, it's a safety net. It's there to protect you from financial disasters, not to fund your desires. Lastly, consider the impact of inflation. The value of money erodes over time. That means the amount you've set aside today might not have the same purchasing power in the future. So when you're calculating how much you need in your emergency fund, factor in inflation. Maintaining an emergency fund is not a one-off task. It's an ongoing commitment. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. It's like taking care of a plant. You have to water it, prune it, and protect it from pests. Only then will it grow and thrive. Remember, the key to maintaining an emergency fund is consistency and discipline. Even with the best intentions, mistakes can happen. Let's learn how to avoid common pitfalls. It's like setting out on a long journey without a map. The first common mistake when building an emergency fund is not having a clear saving goal. Without a clear destination in mind, you might end up wandering aimlessly, never quite reaching your desired financial security. To avoid this, set a specific goal for your emergency fund. It could be 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, or even more if you want an extra cushion. The key here is to have a clear, achievable target. Now imagine you're diligently following your map, but your pace is erratic. One day you're sprinting, the next you're barely moving. This is akin to saving inconsistently. You might save a lot one month, then nothing the next. Such inconsistency can hinder your progress towards your goal. To combat this, make saving a regular habit. Consider setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. This way, you're consistently adding to your fund, even if it's just a little bit each time. Here's another scenario. You've been following your map and keeping a steady pace, but then you take a detour for a non-emergency. Using your emergency fund for non-emergencies is a common pitfall. Remember, this fund is for unexpected necessary expenses, not for that tempting new gadget or impulsive vacation. Keep your eyes on the prize and resist the urge to dip into your fund for non-essentials. Finally, imagine you've reached your destination, but you didn't account for the cost of living. Neglecting to consider inflation is a mistake that can erode the value of your emergency fund over time. As the cost of living increases, the purchasing power of your fund decreases. To counter this, review and adjust your saving goal annually to account for inflation. Avoiding these mistakes will put you on the right path to a strong emergency fund. Having a strong emergency fund is not just about financial security, it's about peace of mind. Let's delve into the benefits of a robust emergency fund, which go beyond just having a safety cushion. Firstly, a robust emergency fund grants you financial security. It's a lifeline, a buffer against financial shocks that life may throw your way. Job loss, medical emergencies, unexpected home repairs, these are all realities of life that can hit anyone, anytime. An emergency fund helps you weather these storms without going into debt or selling your assets. But perhaps the most significant benefit of a solid emergency fund is the peace of mind it brings. Knowing that you have a safety net can reduce stress and anxiety related to financial uncertainty. It's like having an umbrella on a rainy day. You might not need it right away, but it's comforting to know it's there if the skies open up. Moreover, a strong emergency fund allows you to take calculated risks. Whether it's investing in a promising startup, switching to a lower-paying job you love, or starting your own business, having a safety net can make these decisions less daunting. It gives you the freedom to take chances and make moves that could lead to greater financial success in the long run. And lastly, an emergency fund can contribute to your overall financial health. It's a key component of a balanced financial plan alongside investments, retirement savings and insurance. It's a testament to your financial discipline and can improve your creditworthiness, making it easier for you to secure loans or credit cards in the future. So, whether it's a sudden expense or a golden opportunity, a strong emergency fund prepares you for the unexpected and empowers you to seize the day. It's more than just money in the bank. It's a tool for financial resilience and personal freedom. Remember, a strong emergency fund is a safety net that gives you the freedom to live your life on your terms. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about building a strong emergency fund. Financial security is paramount, and an emergency fund plays an essential role in achieving it. Starting this fund may seem daunting, but it's as simple as setting aside a small portion of your income consistently. Remember, consistency is key. Maintaining an emergency fund, on the other hand, requires discipline and patience. Avoid dipping into these funds for non-emergencies and keep replenishing it regularly. It's not a one-off task, but a continuous process. It's also vital to avoid common pitfalls, such as not having a set goal or using these funds for non-emergency expenses. These missteps can derail your financial stability. Lastly, let's not forget the benefits of a strong emergency fund. It provides a safety net, giving you peace of mind and the freedom to take calculated risks without fear. Starting and maintaining an emergency fund might seem challenging, but with these tips, you're well on your way to financial security. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you save and keep.